Yo, yo. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, family. What's going on? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Happy Tuesday, happy Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. It's your boy, LaShawn Sugary Marston, host of SRDaily. You are tuned into another episode. This is episode 540. 540 episodes in week 109. Yesterday was the first time in the show's history, 2 years doing the show, 109 weeks. Yesterday was 539th episode, and it was the first time we did not have a script. It was the first time we did not do segments. It was the first time we just spoke what needed to be spoken, right? We talked about the song. Well, we played the song "Heal the World," and we talked about all of the things that need to happen, right? And how we need to come together more as a society, more as a family, more as inhabitants of this planet at this time, and how we need to rely on each other, how we need to lean on each other, and what ways we could do that. I shared the vision, the bones for this big event that we're going to do next month, right? February. Ironing the details out more. We're going to make this shit official. Super excited. And yeah, man, today is Tuesday. It's another day to be alive, another day to be thankful, another day to pursue our greatness, to express our creativity, another day to love, another day to be loved, another day to share in community, to be in community with the people around you, the people who you work with, the people who you live with, the people who you travel with. One of the things I try to do, and I actually do, and I want to do it more, is speak to people outside when I'm in the street, right? Not just people I know, but walking by in Brooklyn this morning, walking by the guys outside. I forgot the organization, but the guys outside cleaning the streets and stuff like that in Bed-Stuy. Good morning, brother. Have a great day. All right, speaking to people in the train station. Just being the change you want to see in the world, right? Being what you want to see in the world, you being that person. You think if you say there needs to be more love, you need to be the person who exudes more love. You say there needs to be more peace, you need to be the person that practices peace. I always say a peaceful person is not someone who just avoids trouble, who doesn't ever get into anything. A peaceful person is someone who gets into something and maintains peace when something happens. That's a peaceful person, right? Not someone who just nothing ever happens. Is when something happens, can you maintain your peace, or do you revert back to the other person, right? The person who's always ready to fight, the person who's always ready for war, the person who's always ready for whatever, the person who lives with the mindset that anybody could get it at any time and I don't give a fuck. Nobody better not try me. And it happens. But if you say you want more peace, you got to be more peaceful. It starts with you. It starts with each and every one of us. The world that you experience starts with you. And I'm learning that like more and more and more and more and more. I told you on my walk yesterday morning, the freaking ducks were following me. I sent Kimona the video. She's seen that shit. When she comes on, she will tell you. I'm going to post it, right? With my glasses, I caught that shit. Walking by the water here in Astoria to Queensbridge, literally the ducks, they were going that way. They end up coming back and they were following me. And as I got close, they came close. And when I kept walking, they kept walking. Shit was really magical. And we are really magnetic, right? We are magnetic beings. We operate on a frequency. There is an aura around us that we don't see with our naked eye, but it's there. There's an energy field around us, and it attracts whatever vibration that you are operating on, whatever frequency you're vibrating on. That's what you attract to you. So if you wonder why bad shit always happens, it's because there's bad energy around you, whether it's what you're watching, what you're listening to, your thoughts, right? Like all of that shit is going to magnetize you, or magnetizing that to you. If you want more love and more peace, you got to embrace more love and more peace. When I was getting off the bus this morning, I was thinking, one of my brothers a few of my brothers, one of my brothers specifically, mentioned yesterday that he was having a really, really difficult time, just overwhelmed with life. And, I sent him a voice note, sent him some encouraging words. He responded, thank you. And this morning I was thinking about him, and I was thinking about myself as well. And I was like, so yesterday, some people started to like and comment on a post on Facebook that I made 7 years ago in 2019 when I fractured my ankle falling down the stairs in East New York, well, in Crown Heights, dropping my daughter off at school. 2019, February 12th. Yesterday, somehow the algorithm Somehow, my boy John Johnson likes it, comments on it. It's like, oh man, get better, da da da. And then like 4 or 5 other people commented on it, and I'm like, first of all, pay attention is a huge date. I spoke about in that post. I was like, sorry for my absence, and then I told one of the homegirls who commented, she's like, yeah, well, we read, we just didn't see the tiny date. I'm saying, well, I didn't read really because I spoke about being absent. I haven't been absent on social media. I'm posting every fucking day on social media. I haven't been absent, right? Like, I'm not absent. I'm present, very fucking present. But that made me think about when I used to say, like in that post, I spoke about how many problems I had, right? Financial problems, family problems, relationship problems, parenting problems, the freaking fractured ankle. I spoke about all the problems. And when I was speaking about all the problems I had, I remember having more fucking problems. I remember vividly. The more I spoke about the problems I had, the more problems I had. Take that in. Hear me clearly. The more I spoke about the problems I had, the more problems I had. It is true that what we focus on and what we repeat is what expands. If you repeat you having problems, if you repeat that life is a struggle, and if you focus on the struggle of life, you will continue to have struggle in life. You will continue to have problems. Are there always going to be challenges in life? Yes. Can you overcome every one of them? Yes. Brother said recently in the text thread, right? Our grief support text thread, brother said brother was in a shelter, got out of a shelter, nice, presumably 3-bedroom spot in Jersey. And he said something. He said, make all of your challenges child's play. And it reminded me is that we are gods in the flesh. We are spirits having a human experience. Every single thing in this physical universe, in this physical realm, every single challenge that has to do with humans and our ability to do whatever is fucking child's play. It emanates from spirit realm. We thought this shit into how it is. That means we could think ourselves into something else individually and collectively. But it starts with each individual. It starts with each individual committing to breaking the cycle, and whether that's committing to change the current paradigm or to build the fucking new one. I told you I don't like. I may say it sometimes, but I don't really say change the world. I say let's build the new world. Let's build the new world. But anyway, that is my tangent this morning. Miss Carol, what's going on? Eddie Kruger, what's going on? My brother Egypt, peace and love. Anthony Knowles, my brother, what's going on? Peace and love. We got to catch up, man. We are way behind, right? I would love to know what's going on with the org and the move and QB and all of that shit. Yasmina, what's going on? Peace and love. Peace and love. Sefu Senko for my brother. Peace and love. Mona Love said, yes, you are magnetic. The ducks with death following you. You saw the video. I sent you the video. You saw them follow me. You saw it was like literally like my hand, my body. Then they came on shore. And if I would have walked down there, they would have came to me. If I could have sat there, if I had time, I would have sat there and they would have fucking surrounded me. I promise you, shit was magical. Anyway, let's get the show started. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. You are tuned into SR Daily, episode 540. Again, week 109. Today is Tuesday, January 13, 2026. We're going to start with our first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a phrase of the day. Today's phrase is 5 simple words. All we got is now. All we got is now. This is a fact. And although I've known that now is the only true time that exists, I remember, a while ago before getting married that I learned, I forgot what I was studying, what I was reading, researching at the time, but it was something related to time and mindset and eternity and forever. And I came into the consciousness that forever is just a continuation of now. Now, if you want to get to forever, if something is working now, just keep repeating that shit until you get to quote unquote forever, because forever doesn't exist. Time always stops for somebody. Time is always stopping for someone. Someone's time in this physical plane is always ceasing to exist. And so to get to quote unquote forever, the idea of being together forever, do what works now. This is just a forever ending now, right? A never ending now, so to speak. All right. But yeah, so although I've known that, I wasn't fully aware of how powerful this mindset was until, well, now. All right, so recently I received the wisdom to change my prayers, to change my prayers from affirmations like I will be a 7-figure earner to I am a 7-figure earner. And from ask like, Please continue to guide and protect my children, to affirmations, affirmatives, like, thank you for continuing to guide and protect my children. Right? The other night, the words close the gap came to me clear as fucking day. Clear as day. It came to me so clear, it was as if the words were literally right in my face. Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. And I got it. So let's close the gap. We are one with the all. There is no separation between you and everything that you desire. There's no separation between you and everyone else you experience on this planet. There's no separation. The only separation is the thought that there's a separation, is the thought that they are different, we are different. That's the only separation. All right? And so we must simply command and declare something to be, and then it is. That's it. Command and declare it, and so it is. Doesn't God think and it becomes? Doesn't God think and then it becomes? Are we not made in the image and likeness of God? We are. God is. God does. So act accordingly. All you need is now. Like, all you got is now, but that's all you fucking need is now. Shift your mindset. Shift from helpless, shift from hopeless, shift from I want it is in the future to I have it and it's now. And then walk it and talk it and watch it appear. Walk it and talk it and watch it appear. And don't worry about when is it coming. That's not your responsibility. You just know that it's coming. You know that it is. You know that it's there. Just keep fucking walking, and it's coming slowly but surely. It's appearing, it's rising, but it's there. It's just developing fully for you, like a flower. Once you plant the flower seed, the flower is there. The farmer, the gardener doesn't dig it up and be like, is it growing yet? No, you just keep watering it, and at its appointed time, boop, it pops up. And you have what you want. You have what you've been waiting for. You have what you've been working toward. Your whole life is there. Let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, we're going to talk about this major strike happening here in New York City. There is a nurses' strike here in New York City. Let's pull up these articles. 15,000 nurses walked out of their jobs yesterday, Monday morning. Said, fuck this shit. We ain't doing this shit no more. And they left. We're going to read these articles. We got two articles we're going to go through. Right, first article is from ABC. Right, and mind you, there are many hospitals impacted by the nurses' strike. Right, but so it is, and so shall be. Where is? Oh, it's not coming up. Oh man, wait, what? Oh snap! Oh, that article didn't share. Oh good, we're gonna read this one. The ABC News thing shared, but not the specific article. Right. It's all good because we're going to share this article from healthbeat.org. Healthbeat.org. Mamdani backs hospital nurses as 15,000 strike over pay and safety. Public Health explained. New York City. This shit is still crazy to say. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani on Monday stood in support of thousands of nurses who began striking at some of the biggest private hospitals in the city after months of failed bargaining. Hold on, let's close that out. Nurses with the New York State Nurses Association began their strike Monday morning, citing unsafe staffing levels, paltry healthcare benefits, and unmanageable workload. Another major part of their grievances, their pay. Compared to the multi-million-dollar salaries of hospital executives at Mount Sinai and New York Presbyterian, hospitals in Manhattan, and Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx. At every one of our city's darkest periods, the nurses showed up to work, Mamdani said at a news conference called by the union, flanked by members and wearing a red union scarf in front of New York Presbyterian, one of the largest and more well-regarded hospitals in the world. It is. That's where my daughter was born. Their value is not negotiable, and their worth is not up for debate. Organizers say the walkout of 15,000 nurses is the largest strike of its kind in the city's history, coinciding with an early flu season that is sending more people to the hospital than years past. All three hospitals released statements saying they have brought in nurses to cover those on strike and were prepared to care for patients. New York Presbyterian said in a statement that it would keep negotiating toward a contract that respects nurses' critical role while recognizing the challenges facing healthcare. While NYSNA, New York State Nurses Association, has told nurses to walk away from their bedside, we remain focused on our patients and their care, the statement said. This strike is designed to create disruption, but we have taken the necessary steps so our patients continue to receive the care they trust us to provide. Our patients should visit www. NYP.org nursing update for important information and updates. The strike, led by Union President Nancy Higgins, who was a member of Mamdani's transition team, an informal group of more than 400 supporters that was formed following his November victory and solicited policy recommendations. Higgins belonged to the health group, which included a mix of hospital executives, university scholars, and public health advocates. The team disbanded following Mamdani's inauguration on January 1st. The strike comes at a time of looming cuts that will see New Yorkers lose health insurance and squeeze hospital budgets as a result of President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed in July. Healthcare workers, from nurses and technicians to doctors, are certain to feel the effects, and public safety net hospitals that receive Medicaid patients could even face closure. Joe Somani, a spokesperson for Montefiore Medical Center, said in a statement, NYSNA's leaders continue to double down on their $3.6 billion in reckless demands, including nearly 40% wage increases. A statement from Mount Sinai called the nurses' demands extreme. Unfortunately, NYSNA decided to move forward with this strike while refusing to move on from its extreme economic demand we cannot agree to, but we are ready with 1,400 qualified and specialized nurses and prepared to continue to provide safe patient care for as long as the strike lasts. Mamdani said the nurses deserve more, citing the $16 million salary last year for the president and CEO of Montefiore and the $26 million salary of New York Presbyterian CEO. So the CEOs can make $40 million, $42 million between the two hospitals. But the nurses can't get pay increase. There is no shortage of wealth in the healthcare industry, especially so at the 3 privately operated hospital groups at which nurses are striking, the wealthiest in the entire city. The hospital executives who run these hospitals, the ones where these hardworking nurses are asking for what they deserve, he said. The striking nurses cite worries about violence in hospitals, which have been the site of shootings and other incidents in recent years. Just last week, a man who checked himself into New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital in the Park Slope neighborhood was fatally shot by police after he cut himself with a sharp object and threatened others. Holy shit. Shit. Tanya Fisher Morales, a nurse at New York Presbyterian, said at the news conference that workplace violence against nurses have become routine. Every week, nurses are injured in incidents of workplace violence at our hospital, especially in our emergency room, she said, choking up. We need protection from work-based violence. Now, this is not up for debate anymore. The strike is part of a broader trend across the United States in which healthcare workers are feeling emboldened to air their grievances following the COVID-19 pandemic that led to so much burnout. In 2023, nurses went on strike at Mount Sinai and Montefiore for 3 days. The protest led to a deal raising pay 19% over 3 years at those hospitals. The same year, trainee doctors at Elmhurst and Queens went on strike for 3 days as they protested the salary gap compared to their colleagues at Mount Sinai. It was the first physician strike at a New York hospital in more than 30 years. Yo, shit is deep. It's almost over. Nurses in Massachusetts and California have also gone on strike. The former group in 2022 for nearly 10 months, the longest nursing walkout in state history. Nurses at several hospitals on Long Island signed tentative agreements on new contracts Friday that averted a possible strike. The 3-year tentative contract agreements include improved staffing levels, an annual wage increase of around 5% each year, and improved pensions. Hospital executives have been preparing for a possible strike for weeks by bringing in travel nurses to cover their absences in an effort to minimize disruption. Over the weekend, the State Department of Health asked hospitals not affected by the strike to accept patients from hospitals that were. Yo, it's some deep shit, man. Right? Like, the nurses, they show up, they do so much, they deal with so much. They should be fucking compensated adequately. Right? For a long time, clearly they haven't been. Sefu said, seize the time, Black Panther Party. Facts. Said, no power like the power of organized people. Fact. Abu Youssef, peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. Shrine of Mayor, Death Being Shy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Listen, let's move right along to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, as always, is the tip of the day. Today's tip is a reminder to trust your process. Trust your process. Focus solely on your process. Your process. Your process. Understand, overstand, and understand that every single person has their own process and it is unique to them. Do not compare your journey or your process to others. Some people seemingly win fast, but lose as quick as they won. Some people seemingly win fast, yet they have sacrificed and endured so much for so long. Some people's wins take longer, but it also lasts longer. Your process is different. Everybody's process is different. Every single one of the 8+ billion people on the planet have a unique journey, purpose, and process. Trust yours. Trust your ancestors and trust your spirit. Trust God, right? Trust God. Trust the universe. Trust the divine. Trust your own knowing. Trust your dreams. Trust your vision. Trust your mission. Trust your fucking self. What's for you will not miss you. So remain steadfast and keep your enthusiasm because you never ever know when your break will come. I told a story recently about a story I got from Jim Rohn, right? Jim Rohn tells a story about the guy who became a millionaire in one day, right? Became a millionaire in one day. For years, he was talking about how he needed $1 million and he was going to be $1 million and he wanted to do this thing. He was a pastor. And then he said one day he switched up his whole approach, right? He put it out there. He said, I need $1 million because I'm going to build this. And he put it out there. He didn't just, he declared it. This is what's happening. This is what I'm doing. And there was a guy in the congregation, a wealthy guy in his congregation. He said he gave him $1 million. Keep your enthusiasm. You never know when your break is going to come. You never know where it's going to come from. And understand, overstand, and understand that all it takes is one idea, one person, one email, one phone call, one check to change your whole life. Change everything, not just your life, but the lives of your family, your friends, your community, the direction of your work, the impact of your work. All it takes is fucking one. Just one. That's all it takes. You never know when your breakthrough is going to come. So remain steadfast and stay committed. Stay open-minded, stay open-hearted, right? And all of that fly shit. And let's go right to the fourth and final segment of the day before we get out of here. All right, today's fourth segment, as always, is the build of the day. Today's build is on the power of thinking big, right? I believe there's a book, The Magic of Thinking Big, right? But yeah, the power of thinking big. I put out yesterday, big goal. And that's not even the biggest goal, right? What I put out yesterday for this event on February 14th is not even the biggest goal over the next few months. I got some massive goals that and it was crazy is that I've been reading stuff lately on this time that we're in and just what's going on in the universe and related to Pisces specifically as I'm Pisces sun, what's going on for Pisces and Aries and Leo. And those are my three. I'm Pisces sun, Leo, moon, Aries rising. What's going on? Something for Pisces is a lot of shit is being left behind and abundance is becoming, right? So I set some big fucking goals over these next few months. And these are goals that I wasn't thinking about, like, what can I do? Literally, these are goals that came straight from God, straight from spirit, literally like deposited into my mind, right? Over the last few days, few weeks, few months, right? So understand the power of thinking big. When you set big goals, it's not necessarily goals themselves that are the cake and ice cream. No, rather it's who you become that's the real goal. It's who you become in pursuit of your goals, not who you become once you accomplish your goals. It's who you become in pursuit of your goals that are the real goal. Because when you set goals so big that are seemingly out of reach, you have to become a completely different person than you are in the moment that you set them. Let me say that again. When you set goals so big that are seemingly out of reach, you have to become a completely different person than you were in the moment you set those goals in order to achieve them. You will need to become more structured, more organized, more disciplined, more consistent, more focused, more open-minded, more open-hearted, more compassionate, more serious, right? More serious, more sacrificial. There's gonna need to be more sacrifice, right? More determination, more dedication, more delegation, right? And so much more. Now, I get that some people are afraid to set big goals because they think they will fail. The moment they have a big goal, they automatically talk themselves out of it. That's the brain protecting itself. It wants to keep you safe. So you don't got the money, you don't got the resources. Who's gonna give you that? When I set a goal years ago that Queensbridge Studios was gonna generate $20 million, and the elder told me who's gonna give me $20 million, it hurt me and it impacted me, right? Not no more. Right? We're gonna generate a lot of fucking money. We're gonna generate hundreds of millions of fucking dollars and billions of dollars, like really fucking soon. Like these visions that are God ordained, man. Listen, this visions that is gonna liberate the world. So many fucking people in so many different ways, gonna bring people together, make people feel good, right? Give people a sense of direction, give people a sense of hope. It's going to make people feel, right? Feel emotional, help navigate their pain, navigate their traumas to arrive at a space where they're more joyful, right? More open to the beauty of the world, not beaten down by the pains of it, right? So most people are afraid to set big goals because they think they will fail. They don't want to fail. They don't want to fail not only because they don't want to fail because of just failure. They don't want to fail because they don't want to embarrass themselves. They don't want their friends and their family to be like, "Oh man, I told you should have just got a regular job. I told you should have just, followed this route. I told you." They don't want to hear that because they'll be embarrassed, right? But as the old adage goes, the old adage, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you're still amongst the stars. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. Understand, overstand, understand that some goals are so fucking big that they'll whip you into shape. Some goals are so fucking big that they will whip you into shape. Be courageous. Be brave. Be fearless. Be faithful. Right? Be faithful. Be creative. Like, how could you make something happen? I'll never forget hearing the story Ice-T told years ago. Somebody else said something like this recently. They was like, somebody had got a lot of money and they had no, like, I forgot what it was. Right. But Ice-T told the story years ago and how he got his first record deal. He got his first record deal. He went into whatever the record label was, and he's having a conversation with the dude, and he told him he needed $50,000 for this album. Right. He said now at the time he had never recorded music. He never recorded music, but he was right. He was a pimp. He was a street dude. He knew where his life was going. He saw what was happening with music. He wanted to get a piece of the pie. So he goes in. He talks to the guy. The guy says, "Let me hear your demo." As-T told the guy, "If I told you I had a tank of piranhas, would you want to put your hand in there?" No. He said, "So no." He said he walked out of there with the check, $50,000. He said now he had to learn how to record music. He had to learn how to make music. He had to learn how to rap and make music. Ice-T told that story. That's his journey. Walked in with just an idea, just a plan, just a vision. Big dreams, courage, creativity. Ask yourself, how can I make this thing happen? Don't limit yourself by, I can't make it happen. It won't happen. It won't happen until I have this. No, like, you got everything you need. God is with you. You got God. You got spirit. You got source. You got fucking life. You got breath. You got everything you fucking need. You got a sound mind. You got a fucking able body. You got one person around you. All you need is one other person that agrees with you. When two or more gathered, there I am. That's the word. That's real. When two or more people come together, the magic happens. Put your mind together with somebody else's mind and create fucking wonder. Create something beautiful. Create something that's never been fucking created before. Create something that seems unfucking believable. But it's believable because you're gonna make that shit real. And it's real already. And so you just are bringing it. You just bringing it like the fucking magicians bring the fucking colorful fucking shit out their jacket. And shit just keeps pulling. You just bringing it out slowly but surely. You just unraveling, right? You just unwrapping the gift that is you. Unwrapping the gift that is you. So guys, listen, that's our show for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please do spread the word on the show, man. We want to get some more viewers, right? We want to spread the word. We want to share this energy with other people. So please spread the word. When you are on the show, please share with your friends, share with your family. In the next few weeks or so, give or take, I am going to get some flyers done, some postcards done, and we're going to spread this shit. We're going to put this shit around the city. I want to get some stickers, right? SRDaily with a QR code. People so they can check into the show, man. I think this is some good shit. I think more people could benefit from the show. And we about to take the show in a whole different level, right? Like on a whole different level, because the energy that I have inside of me right now, like I told Kimona this morning, I feel so clear. And I've never felt this clear. I feel clearer than I've ever felt in my life. Clearer than I've ever felt in my life. And on a surface level, nothing really has changed from today to last week to 2 weeks prior, right? Nothing has changed outside, but everything changed on the inside. And once everything changes on the inside, it's only a matter of time for everything to change on the outside. And so we're millionaires. It's that fucking simple. We're going to cut the check soon. And we're going to celebrate. Once we get that first $1 million check, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate with a nice vegan dinner, right? Some music, some art, some performances, and we're gonna come together because we about to level the fuck up in a way that hasn't ever been seen before. Yo, listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Morrison. This is episode 540 of SRDaily, moving right into week 109. Please do join us tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, Instagram Live, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. SRDaily is where personality meets enlightenment. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. Stand down. So get up! The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.